Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a Sephora try-on haul. I placed an order, it just came. I also have received a few things in PR that are available at Sephora, so we'll be using those things. But let me go ahead and open up this box and show you what we're going to be playing with today. Alrighty, let's see. We have some good stuff in here. I'm really excited for a lot of this. So I purchased the Westman Atelier Vital Skin Foundation Stick. Now I have this, I've used it in the past, but I've never really liked the shade exactly for my skin. So I've been using Atelier 1, but I decided to go ahead and order Atelier N as a neutral and Atelier 0.5. So these are a little bit lighter than what I've been using, and I believe the tone is a little bit different, and I really want to kind of get the right shade for me, basically, even if that means kind of mixing the two, just because you guys know I'm such a Westman Atelier fan. So I purchased those two, and hopefully a combination or one of them will work. I'm really excited to try. And then I was so excited that these RMS blushes were back in stock. So I missed it when they first launched at Sephora. I was really intrigued by them, and then all of a sudden they were all sold out. So I purchased two of these shades. I got French Rosé and Maiden's Blush. And they are, oh, they're refillable. That's awesome. So these are the Redimension Hydra Powder Blushes. We'll be playing with those. I also got a couple of things from Haus Labs. So all of these looked like products that I would really love. They look like that baked gelée formula. So I did get their Bio Radiant Gel Powder Highlighter and then the Powder Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. So we'll try those out. I did also pick up another Merit Signature lipstick. This was something I believe I tried for the first time in my last Sephora haul. Anyway, I fell in love with it. I got the shade Slip, and I decided to go and get 1990. So this is a deeper brown shade that I'm really excited to try. And then finally, I got my hands on the Anastasia Nouveau palette. And I feel like the reviews have come in like people are loving this eyeshadow palette. So I think the latest one was Teresa is Dead. Is that the video I was watching? Now I can't remember. But anyway, it seems like this is getting really good reviews. I wanted to get this for my last Sephora try-on haul, but I went in store and they didn't have it. So I ordered it online and it is finally here. So really excited. I'm totally late to the game. I'm sure you guys have seen like 50,000 reviews on that palette already, but I can't wait to try it. But we're going to start with something that was sent to me in PR, and this is available at Sephora. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Invisible UV Flawless Primer. So this is an SPF 50 product, but it is a primer. So I'm really excited to use this as a primer before the Westman Atelier foundation stick. So, sorry, there's a bit of a glare on this tube. I'm trying to figure out what the active ingredients are. So all of the active ingredients are chemical. So this is a chemical sunscreen. Well, this is a 1 ounce tube, and it has a really cool little flip top there. I have used this product just on its own, just as like an SPF, and it's great. I thought it was fine, but I have not used it actually like as a primer underneath makeup. So I am curious to see how this is going to work out. I just squeezed out this much. I'm probably going to have to squeeze out a little bit more to get my full SPF 50, but I'm going to start by applying just down here. And I am applying this over skincare, but I usually put down like an SPF as like my last step to skincare. I skipped that since I knew I was going to be using this today. So I'm going to squeeze out just a little bit more. Not much more. I think I've got my 1/4 teaspoon there between those two squeezes. I'm going to work this into my forehead. So this has a nice texture. It's very lotiony, as you can see. There is quite a bit of glow, kind of typical to SPF products. I'm going to actually put some on my ears. Did you know, I was talking to a dermatologist, and she said the most common place for skin cancer to pop up is on the ears, because people never put SPF on their ears. And where was the other place she said? I think maybe like the bridge of their nose or something. But she said, do not forget to put SPF on your ears. And ever since that conversation with her, I make sure to get some definitely on the tops of my ears, but I just try and get it all over. So there seemed to be a light tint to this product, this primer, but I don't see any. I think it just maybe combats any sort of like white cast or anything like that. But yeah, it looks like it's kind of like a light flesh tone when you squeeze it out, but really nothing kind of shows up on the skin. So there is the primer. Now, I do have my 2 new Vital Skin foundation sticks, but I have to go grab the one I've been using, the Atelier one. Okay, so here's Atelier 1, and I also grabbed Atelier 2. For some reason I had this in my collection, I forgot about it. But this is a little bit too deep for me, and Atelier 1, I feel like the depth of the color is okay. It's just a little bit yellow. And so that's why I picked up these 2 to kind of counteract that. So I'm gonna open up Atelier N first. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, this does look a little bit more neutral and not even that much lighter. So here's Atelier N, here's Atelier 1, and I'll swatch all of these once I unbox them all. Here is 0.5 and here is N. All right, so here are the 4 shades. So this is 0.5, this is N, this is 1, and this is 2. Well, there is actually quite a bit of a jump here. When I was holding them up in the stick, I didn't really see it, but I do think, yeah, I think mixing one of these with the 1 is actually gonna work out for me. I think I'm gonna go with the 0.5. This is the top one. I find it to be even more neutral than the N. The N, I feel like, has a little bit of peach to it. I mean, that could work in counteracting the yellow in here, but I'm gonna start with the 0.5 up here. And okay, how are we gonna mix these? I guess I'll just mix them on my face. Let me just mix them on my face. So I'm gonna do 1 stripe of the 0.5 and 1 stripe of the 1. And I've got my Bobbi Brown foundation brush, and I'm just gonna mix these 2 together. Oh, yes, I do like this combo. So the 0.5 and the 1 is a really good match. I think you guys can probably see that. Oh, nice. Okay, I think I'll just continue doing that. That's really easy. I'm going to apply the 0.5 here. A little bit of the 1, and then I'm going to stick with just the 1 on my forehead because my forehead is so much deeper than the rest of my face. But let's see if that tone is right. I think it's okay. And I like how this is applying over this Charlotte Tilbury SPF. Okay, foundation stick applied. Nothing over here. Yes, you guys, I think that is the golden combination. So 0.5 and 1. Ooh, I love it. And I really like the finish over this primer. This primer definitely, you can see, has a lot of glow to it. So it's a really nice kind of combo. Ooh, oh, I'm so excited. So excited. You guys are gonna see me using this foundation a lot more now that I feel like I've gotten like a good match here. So I'm gonna just stripe up my face here. And I'm putting more of the lighter color, like where I want brightening, more of the deeper color up here. So it's just kind of doing a whole, I don't know, highlight contour situation on my face. Of course, it's much more subtle than that, but. All right, so foundation stick is applied. I look a little bit shiny. So I think I will add just a little bit of powder, just where I'm a little bit shiny, and then we can move on to the bronzer. I'm just gonna take my Westman Atelier Vital Skin Pressed Powder, or Vital Pressed Skincare Powder. I always swap those 2 words out. And I have it in translucent. And just gonna put right here over my larger pores. Does a really good job pore minimizing, and then between my eyebrows where I feel a little bit extra shiny. Let's move on to bronzer. So I do have the Haus Labs by Lady Gaga Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. I got it in the shade Light Level 2. It's really hard to tell online, but Light Level 2 versus 1 seemed a little bit more neutral. We'll see. Oh, this compact is pretty. So here's the compact. It has this like matte kind of rubber feel lid, and then the rest of it is like a shiny plastic. And here is Light Level 2. Let's do a swatch. Oh, this is not a baked product. This is a pressed powder. I think I was thinking of the highlight. It feels very velvety soft, very, very silky smooth. The tone looks really nice. It doesn't look too warm. And I'm gonna grab my Yano Series number 2 brush. Yeah, brush number 2. This is from Beautylish. There's a light touch to this bronzer, which is nice. I don't feel like I have to be too careful here. And it is building up nicely. All right, so here it is applied. And here's nothing. Yeah, it does a nice job contouring. The tone is really, really pretty. And I like how it's soft. You know, the application of it is very, very soft. Very easy to blend out. Oh, nice. Okay, let me add to this side. All right, there it is applied. Very natural, like light kind of bronzer. Oh, I like that. Very easy to use. Very, very, very beginner friendly. If you're someone that's been intrigued by using a bronzer sort of as like a contour, just kind of like warming up your face a little bit, I highly recommend this. Very nice. Okay. Wow, so far so good. I really didn't know what to expect with the Haus Labs products. I didn't try her first release, the one that came out on Amazon. I just wasn't really that interested in anything that she came out with, but her latest releases that are at Sephora, these seem really, really interesting. Okay, let's jump over to RMS Beauty. So I've got 2 of those Redimension Hydra Powder blushes, and these come in refillable compacts here. So here's the packaging, kind of chubby cube there, and then I've got the powder here. So this is shade Maiden's Blush, and these definitely look like a baked product. Oh, this is such a beautiful shade. It's a beautiful like terracotta with like a little bit of a metallic sheen to it. Gorgeous. Oof, I can see now why these sold out so quickly. And then the other shade I got is French Rosé. Ooh, pretty. Like a bright, soft pink. Ooh, wow. There is French Rosé. Oh my, which one do I use? Well, I'm like immediately drawn to the French Rosé because it's just so bright. Maybe I can use both. Let me try this Maiden's Blush as a kind of bronzer blush area situation, and then maybe I'll just use the French Rosé on the apples of my cheeks. Maybe we can squeeze it all in. All right, I've got my Sonia G brush from the Hinoki set, and I'm gonna go into Maiden's Blush and focus this right on the cheekbone. Ooh, I love that reddish base. A beautiful, like, sunburnt feel. Ooh. Okay, there is Maiden's Blush on. Oh, I love it. Gives you that perfect, like, sunburnt kiss of red. Oh, stunning. Ooh, there were so many good shades. It was really hard to decide, but I think I picked pretty well with that Maiden's Blush. Let's try this French Rosé now. I'm going to use the same brush. I'm just going to wipe this off and go into this French Rosé. Oh, this is so pretty. Just going to pop it right on the apples. Oof. Yes. Nice mixture of like warm and cool tones. I think they work actually okay together. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out. I'm going to take a buffing brush. So I've got my Sonia G. Originally it's a face one. I think it's the Buffer Pro now. And just lightly kind of buff these two together. Wow, I'm so glad I picked these up. I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know. I'm glad I picked these up. Okay, moving back over to Haus Labs, we're going to try this gel powder highlighter. I got it in the shade Peach Quartz. There were a lot of shade options in this highlighter. A lot of them seemed a little bit too deep, so that was kind of easy to knock off my list. But again, it's just so hard to tell online. So hopefully I picked okay and that it's not too dark. This is really sealed shut. I need a little box cutter here. Ooh, this packaging is fun. It's just like the bronzer, but there's no rubberized top here, and it's like this like a holographic packaging. I don't know if you can see that. Very cool. And oh, okay. So this one is peach quartz. Wow. Wow. This feels like velvet. What is that, velvet? Yeah, and this is definitely a baked product. Ooh. So there it is swatched. Wow. Very shiny. All right, let's get this on my face. I've got my Sonia G Sculpt 2 brush. It's very foily. That's the kind of shine I'm seeing, like a foil. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm gonna take that buffer brush. And I like that it's like on the thinner side, this like baked kind of highlight. Formula is always so, so beautiful because some of your skin underneath still shines through. So it just makes for like a really pretty highlight. I don't like the ones that are really kind of thick and like almost have like coverage to them. I don't like those. This is like a nice kind of like thin veil. Very foily. Ooh, ooh, I love it. Okay, okay, Lady Gaga. Okay, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Okay, I'm just using my Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel in Granite. My Dior Onset Brow Gel is upstairs. I'm too lazy to grab it. So we're just gonna use this one today. Not that I mind this one. I do still love this brow gel. Okay, now for the ABH Nouveau palette. Eyeshadow and pressed pigment palette. Okay. Oh, well, they've moved away from that velvet packaging, which got so dirty, so nasty. This is like a linen-like fabric on top. And, oh wow, this is really, really pretty. Holy smokes. Okay, so we've got 12 shadows here. And here are some swatches. So I'm gonna go from left to right, top to bottom. So first we have Wings, Isle, Belle, Wisteria, Lily, Hope, and then we have Paloma, Floor, Liberty, Peacock, Metro, and Muse. And let me tell you, just by finger swatching these, they seem really, really soft. All of these shadows, like the metallic ones even feel a little creamy. Really nice. Okay, where to begin? I think I'm gonna start with Floor, which is this matte shade down here. I've got my Sonia G Blender Pro brush. I'm gonna go into Floor. Okay, nicely pigmented, blended out really, really easily. All right, and I'm gonna move out of my comfort zone a little bit. I'm gonna use this Wisteria shade just because it's so beautiful. It just stands out in this palette. I'm just gonna go in with the same brush and I'm just gonna put on to the inner portion of my lid. I also think it's interesting the choice that they made to make this particular shade like a matte shade because, you know, I look at this and like, oh, how pretty would that be if it was like this metallic shade or whatever. But I like that they went with a matte. It's just, it's different. It's interesting. Very, very pretty. Really nicely pigmented. You know, I haven't used ABH shadows in a really long time. I did forget. They are very, very soft. So there's a lot of kick up in there. When you put your brush into the pan, I would take it easy. I wouldn't like jab at it too much. Well, definitely a different, very different eyeshadow look for me, but I love this lilac-y, actually not very lilac-y. It's more cool toned than that. Just this really pretty cool tone purple. Whew, okay, where do we go from there? My goodness. Let's try this Wings shade. This like light green metallic shade. It's so pretty. So, so pretty. But where am I gonna put it? Maybe on the center of my lid? I'm gonna use the Sonia G Worker 2 brush and apply to the center here. Ooh. Very shiny. That would be a really pretty one and done shade. I'm just gonna take a fluffy blender brush. This is my BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A503. I'm gonna drag it in my socket line area just to soften that up. Ooh, okay. Kind of like that. And then let me grab a small little blender brush. This is BK Beauty's A504 brush. I'm gonna go into, I'm trying to think how deep I want to go. Thinking Muse, but maybe I'll just use this Liberty shade and drag it on my lower lash line. Let's see what that looks like. The Peacock may be pretty too. Oh no, I like that Liberty. That's nice. Okay. Glad I went with that. And the Liberty is a matte shade, so it's kind of a no-brainer to use if you want to use it as kind of like a liner, like I am. All right. Wow, I want to keep going because these shades are so beautiful, but I really like this look that I ended up with. It's like fun. Very fun. Very different for me, as you guys know. Oh, well, that's beautiful. How inspiring. I really like this palette. I'm glad I finally got it. Okay, let me curl my lashes, apply some mascara. I don't have any new mascara, and then we'll come back and put on this new signature lip from Merit. Okay, now for this 1990 shade. I'm very, very excited. So here is the packaging. I don't know if you guys have seen these Merit signature lipsticks. I feel like I'm the last person to try these out, so I'm sure you've seen them, but they are really wonderful. Here is the 1990 shade, and I really like them because they are lightly pigmented. They're almost like a tinted balm. And I didn't realize that when I purchased my first one, so I kind of shied away from the 1990. I was like, oh, this is more of a fall shade. I'll get it maybe a little bit later. So I got the Slip, which is a lovely shade. But when I realized that these are lightly tinted, I was like, I need to get that 1990. All right, there is 1990. I think this actually looks okay. Am I crazy? I thought for sure, like, yeah, like maybe my cheeks and my lips would be okay, but because this is such a bright kind of pastel eyeshadow look, I thought this was gonna look weird, but I think this actually is a nice balance. I don't know, maybe I'm losing my mind. Let me know down below in the comment section. And the last thing I wanted to use is this Glow Hydrating Mist Prep Set and Refresh Mist from Gucci. And I've used this a couple of times, so I just wanted to use it with you guys. I really, really like this as a refresh, like in the middle of the day, but I also like it as a setting spray. It's not like one of those like Urban Decay all-nighter setting sprays where it's like hairspray on your face. It really is just a nice, almost like a Fix Plus, where it just sort of like kind of seals everything in, or it just sort of like, I don't know, tamps everything down. So I'm just going to spritz a little here, and the spritzer is nice. It's very light, but it gives my skin a really pretty, like, soft glow. It's so lovely, and it has just the lightest, like, rose floral kind of scent. My nose is a little bit off. My allergies have really been bothering me, but that's what I'm smelling. But it's very, very light. Like, I have to get really close to it. Anyway, I just really love the finish that it gives my skin. It's not too glowy. There's just a little bit of radiance. It's really, really nice. And I love it as, like I said, like as a refreshing mist, especially in like these incredibly hot days here in Vegas. It's just nice. It just feels really, really great on the skin. But that is it for this Sephora try-on haul. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'll have, of course, links to everything that I use down below in the description box if you're interested. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.